Soul Fam, Shandia Shandia Kari, beloved humans. Communicating today from a place of recognition of a collective theme that's been playing out for several weeks now. It's an opportunity for many to really recognize the identity and the ways that there is limitation that's continuing to occur. This has been a theme that I wanted to speak directly on over the last few weeks. However, I was in it myself, and I feel as though it is important to share the potent wisdom that I have understood from moving through this from a different lens. I'm going to wait for a few different individuals to jump on. When you jump on, I would love to hear one word that's in your heart at this present moment. What is the word that sits right here for you? Tune into that space. Breathe into that space. Collectively, I can feel discouragement. Collectively, I feel there is a lack of empowerment taking place within, and that there is an opportunity to shift that into a new reality. In the awareness that I can feel, and I'm very hypersensitive at the moment, I would like to express from a place with my eyes being closed, so that I can clearly communicate the message that is feeling true to express in this moment. At the moment, there is a polarity shift, a gift. There is some extremes in the polar experiences of the dark masculine to the light feminine. The dark masculine being the perpetrator, the dictator, the controller, the sadistic, powerful, Sandeya Shandeya Kuerema energy. The dark masculine is an energy that we have many mental constructs around as being one that is not of love, depending on your experience with that strong potency. The dark masculine energy is often in its wounded expression, the perpetrator. The perpetrator that abuses its power, blames, shames, and projects in destructive ways onto another. The polarized opposite of that is the wounded child, the victim, the light, feminine expression, the vulnerability that in its wounded expression is a damsel or a trickster to its own emotions. The wounded feminine in its distortion lacks responsibility and sits in places of sulking, shame, and wrongness. It will sit in this place of separation until it chooses not to. The interesting thing about these dynamics is we hold both of them simultaneously. We can be in our wounded child and our dictator at the same time. Internally, there will be one expression, and externally, there will be another. Or there will be a level of shutdown where they coexist on each other. The dictator is the one that shames and makes the wounded child wrong. It pushes the energy down, suppression, projection. Whereas the wounded child has and asks for the opportunity to be held in more confidence and strength to make new decisions and choices. As adults, we are still playing out these wounded energies. It's like the bully on the playground and the one that's being bullied. These internal realities and external expressions are showing up in all of our experiences, in our relationships, in our friendships, and also within ourselves. What is being asked is to recognize where your inner bully is and where your victim is. Who's playing out at what point and where, in what expression. And ultimately what is required is an accountability and an ownership by both. The bully, or the wounded dark masculine, is being asked to see where they are projecting and making others wrong, pointing the blame outside in destructive, violent behavior, energetically or otherwise. And when this projection outside, it's turning around the finger to look at what is here for me to own about why I want to blame everyone else for my anger, for my resentment, for my jealousy, for the reason that I want to be overexerting my energy outside of myself. And then for the victim, or the light feminine energy, it's why am I contracting myself so much that I'm disempowering myself? I have an inability to choose to rise up, and I'm staying in this contracted place of suppression. What is there that I need to see about myself so that I can rise up, so that I can hold myself strong, so I can make new choices? Where do I justify my victimization? Where do I deflect it out of spiritual bypass? These dynamics are the coming together of the dark masculine with the light feminine, so that they can come into a place of truth, so you can see them simultaneously. A place where you can realize that your dark masculine is actually protecting your light feminine from feeling. Whilst the dark masculine is at play, there is a poking outwards of wrongness and blame. Therefore, the focus of attention of consciousness is outside of self, which means that there's a protection of the vulnerability, the sadness, and the brokenness within. When that identification of this anger, this resentment, this blame, this jealousy, this destructive behavior in this dark masculine narcissism is noticed, then there's an ability to see where the internal wounded child, the helplessness, the desperation, the sadness, the hurt, and the shame is being asked to be witnessed. So when the focus point is no longer in the behavior of pushing it out because I don't want to feel it, I will project it outside of myself, then I can feel it from the inside of myself, that this is what is really available for me in this moment. What does this part of myself need to let go of my attachment to being a victim to my experience? The warrior spirit, the dark masculine, can assist by alchemizing these two energies together. But the dark masculine projection must witness at the same time that they feel broken, helpless, out of control, and victimized. Now, if you're displaying the light feminine expression in your external world, and you're playing the victim, the abandoned, the helpless, the saddened, the confused, the over-responsible, the pleaser, then it's because you have an inability to own your darkness. You have an inability to see the anger, the rage, the force, the penetration. And it is asking you to bring your attention internally to see this part of your dark shadow self, to start to alchemize these energies together, no longer seeing these dark masculine energies in wrongness, but instead seeing their power and their protection, their destruction to destroy that which does not serve, to deconstruct identities that are no longer in the best interest for your expression, to alchemize and come into more truth. So with this lack of ownership, this lack of accountability, integrity, to be able to witness both your light femme and your dark masculine habitating internally and mirroring in every relationship that you have externally, you are unable to see yourself in truth. You are unable to see what's really required to be alchemized. What are the beliefs that you have about the dark masculine within yourself? What are the beliefs that you're unwilling to speak out aloud? I'm happy to demonstrate some of the internal beliefs that may be collectively running through your experience. Some of the light femme or wounded child, victimized energy beliefs are, I'm helpless to change my life. I'm a victim to my experience. Others don't see me. It's too hard to keep going. I'd rather die than be powerful. If I continue to be the victim of my experience, then I don't have to stand in my truth. If I continue to play victim, then I don't have to take responsibility for my reality. Whilst I'm alone and in abandonment, then I don't have to receive love and empowerment. Whilst I stay in light and love, I don't have to see the darkness and the wrongness that I hold within. I don't have to claim my demons and see them with love. Some of the dark masculine thought forms or beliefs may be I have to manipulate people to get my needs met. If I don't do it, then no one will. I have to force people to receive what I desire. I have to destroy the things in my way to what I want to create. I hate the weakness I see in others. I must kill what does not give me strength. Now these beliefs may be polarizing for your mind. You don't want to see that you hold these in your subconscious or your cellular memory because they're uncomfortable. The dark masculine beliefs are often around decay, rot, jealousy, revenge, anger, rage. And the light feminine are around helplessness, victimization, shame, sadness, guilt. Without shining the light onto these aspects of the shadows of these energies, we continue to keep ourselves in separation. We continue to create experiences that are mirroring this back for us to take responsibility. Responsibility and accountability is the only way that we truly grow. That is uncomfortable. That is painful. That is the disciplinary action that is required for us to come into more truth and alignment with Source. To be connected in this current reality, this human experience, discipline is required. A discipline to see your mind's programs, a discipline to feel your energetic emotions, a discipline to choose to witness them and be in them so they can alchemize, to own them. When you can own your victim and you can own your perpetrator, you're no longer at the control of the separation dynamic that has been created within your mind's programming. This will shift you into a new experience where you're able to be in flow what really is desiring to be created for you, through you. Where strength and discernment, where creation and love, where the full spectrum of what is possible is available because you have released the distortions, the seduction, the trickery, the false light. In this place you have an opportunity at the point in time that is now to see these parts within yourself and to truly alchemize them. Without justification, without narrative, without story, but instead by feeling. I love you infinitely. Have a beautiful day.